We're here today out the front of Galston Fire Brigade Station where we're going to be checking out the Galston Pumper. Let's go.
G'day and welcome to Galston Brigade. My name is James and today we're going to be going over the Galston Pumper, our primary village and structure incident appliance. So the Galston Pumper is based on the FTR 900 series chassis, capable of holding a crew of 6. Interior is much like any of the modern Cat 1s. You've got usual radio set, dashboard set, all much the same. I guess some of the difference on the inside is some of the controls. So we have a lot of the scene lighting that a lot of the other trucks don't have, as well as the PTO as well. This truck, you set the truck down, you put the PTO and that's it. The truck's not moving anywhere. It's then in pumping mode only essentially, which I guess is one of the biggest things that distinguishes it from one of the Cat 1s. The PTO, when combined with the centrifugal pump in the back, is able to push out 2,000 litres a minute at 1100 kPa. It's got a tank of 2,000 litres, so we can empty that thing pretty quickly. So I guess one of the biggest differences about this truck over a Cat 1 is basically that it's not a 4x4. It's an on-road vehicle only a 4x2 drive. This thing does not leave the pavement. Doesn't have, as you can probably see, it doesn't have any spray bars. It's purely just for village on-road incidents. A lot of the general structure key we have include a portable generator for lighting and other uses on fire ground, as well as a portable pump. We have a tick for internal structure operations, of course first aid, AED, as well as our structure door entry tools and things like that as well as some bushfire gear just in case. What's different about the pumper to a lot of other appliances in the district is that we're lucky enough to have 4 CABA sets capable of supporting 4 operators, as well as having a number of spare cylinders to back us up as well. And of course, no fire truck is complete without hoses and branches to get the water where it needs to be. The pumper carries primarily 38 hoses, mostly for structure firefighting, as well as a number of 65 hoses to be able to push water around on the fire ground to get it where it needs to go, to make sure that we're effective in fighting the fires. Some of the other features of this as a structure firefighting appliance is the inclusion of these flake trays. And here we have 90 metres of 38mm hose, including 30 metres of Cleveland lay ready to put at the front door for any internal operations. Over here, we have the business end of the pumper where all the magic happens. 3 65 outlets, we have them stopped down to 38s at the moment, as well as these 3 intakes, so the collectors we call them. So your usual 70mm intake, as well as we have a 100mm intake. This allows us to connect up with fire and rescue, any big bore water supplies. So this can basically take on the role that a fire and rescue pump will take at a big incident. This can sit down, pump water in, pump water out. On this side of the truck we have a lot more 65 hose, a lot more than you generally find in a Cat 1 appliance, just because we have that high pumping capacity on this truck. In this locker we have a lot more sort of support gear, so hygiene, PPE, some extra tools, food and water for the crew. Down here we have a ground monitor. This is a sort of set and forget. You knock it into the ground, connect it up, and it's able to push out 2,000 litres a minute from the truck pump. Over here we have a lot of more support equipment, so we have spag saw for MVAs, as well as our chainsaw for storm damage and tree down incidents. Down here we have a large PPV fan, again good for structure incidents, just clearing out the smoke. The pumper also has some special equipment in the way of lighting, so we have scene lighting all the way around the truck, as well as the light mast up the top. That's really useful in the middle of the night. Put the mast up, turn the lights on, able to easily see everything on the fire ground, makes it just that little bit safer for the firefighters out there.